Hi folks, welcome back to the Amazing Education channel, where it's about the education and the ideas. It's not about the video. And why do I say that? Because my video is not that great and it's information to help you, and all I have is my phone as my camera, and so yeah, but I still have an IQ over 120. I'm a master educator. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but it's information to help you make better decisions, have a more secure, healthy, happy future. I recommend exercise and good nutrition and having good relationships and good work, and help you have a more peaceful, less polluted, healthier planet. And if people just follow my advice to negotiate and follow human rights, then we wouldn't have so much trouble in the world. And we need to reduce pollution, fighting, conflict, violation of rights, be more respectful of property rights, and have smaller families so that we are less populated. We're currently, many places are overpopulated right now, and causes a lot of pollution. Our health is declining, and we don't need that. Future generations should be healthier, which is why you ought to get out there and walk or do other exercise, swimming, bike riding, and basically don't drive everywhere, and you're going to be a lot healthier. So today's topic is about nutrition, and they say that a major cause of civilization had to do with nutrition, and especially farming. We moved from basically a hunting and gathering lifestyle, where people spent maybe 2-3 hours a day on average, it's believed, just getting their food and whatever resources they need, 2 or 3 hours a day. And then they didn't have to work 9 to 5 or 10-12 hours a day, maybe 5-6 days a week, like many people do right now. And you could say that our bodies evolved to not work so hard, but do much more walking around and have much more leisure time and be more social and be happier. Like exercising like this, that's what you need. And when people do sit around, we force children and young adults into classrooms. We don't give them a choice. Are we respecting their human rights? Do we consider them to have human rights? Children don't have the same rights as adults. And we say, oh well, it's because their brains aren't fully developed and they're not going to make good decisions. Well, there are plenty of adults that don't make good decisions, but children, yes, of course, they would be prone to making more of life's mistakes, and that's how they learn. There's no doubt about that. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't give them freedom of choice and basic human rights, like choosing what to do, where to be during the day. As an adult, you have that choice. But children, we just say, okay, this is your school, this is the school you're going to. And then there are some rebellions, of course, and have children that don't fit in, and then maybe we try to find an alternate school for them, and or an alternate situation. And most children do fit in, but it would be nice if we respected their rights gave them choice, and if it was easier, it would be very nice. Instead of just having one school serving, say, an elementary, middle school, whatever, serving a particular area, it would be nice. Even you could even have it in the same building. You could have school A, school B, and children could choose, what kind of education works for you, and then they could even switch. They don't like one, they could switch to the other one. And when I say school A, school B, I mean different teachers and administrators. And somebody might say, oh, that's very inefficient, you're paying double and so forth. But that's just the initial reaction. Do you really know if that's inefficient? Is it inefficient compared to having maybe a much more effective education system where people are much happier, more fulfilled, and we have less crime in our land, fewer people being incarcerated? Maybe it's more efficient to divide up our monopoly schools. And please like, comment, subscribe. You could disagree and say, oh, we don't have monopoly schools, we have private schools that children can go to. Well, guess what? Not everywhere has a private school within a reasonable distance, which I advocate is 15 minutes. 15-minute bike ride or a 15-minute walk. You don't have private schools everywhere, but most neighborhoods there is a school within, say, a 15-minute bike ride, or sometimes within a 10-15-minute walk. So give children choice. Let's respect children's rights, and we need to promote children's rights foundation, maybe a nonprofit that ensures every child has a choice. And if, say, they don't feel well, maybe they're ill, mentally or physically ill, and they don't fit into school, give them a choice. Okay, here's a room for you in your school. Or if they're seriously ill, they may need to be kept at home or in some kind of health care, even with a mental illness or something. And just have that always available rather than forcing them to run away from school or run away from home. And let's avoid tragedies of seriously unhappy children who may grow up to be problems and a drain on society. And we have huge numbers of people like this that are so unhappy and worried and stressed that they turn to dangerous activities like, well, illegal drugs and so on. So if we give choice, then, and there's some kind of trouble, children can change and improve and feel better. And so we have, people disagree, they're going to disagree, but look at our country and compare it with other countries. We have the highest rate of people in jail and prison in the world. So you think America is the best country in the world? Yeah, I live in America, so I make videos about the United States. And maybe the majority of people, they love where they live. They even love their families. They might have a criminal in their family, abusive person, but they love that person more than any other father, husband, wife, grandmother, grandfather, whatever, child. They love them more than any other. And they say, well, yeah, they're criminal, abuser, whatever, but nobody is better and more clever and funny than they are. Well, yeah, somebody is more clever, funny, and loving. And so we mistake our country as the best country. But when you look at some aspects, you could say we're the wealthiest, but we're the most polluting. And you could say we have the most freedom, but we have more regulations and more control than many other countries. Don't fool yourself that think we're the best. You know, don't fool yourself so much. We have more people in prison and in jail, and we have laws on the books which restrict freedom. And certain people know this. Certain discriminated classes understand it. We might be more tolerant than some countries, but not all countries. And different countries can be the best at different things. So if your one goal is wealth and money and working hard and having heart attacks, stress, and so on and so forth, the United States could be number one, might be number one for you. Believe me, I love the United States, but I have lived in other countries and they have positive aspects too. A lot of countries are much safer, much safer. You don't have to worry about crime in certain places. You could store cases of alcohol, like beer or something, outside in a city near a bar or a pub. Store the alcohol outside and nobody steals it. In Japan, in some cases, I've seen it. So, yep. So the United States isn't guaranteed to be number one in all aspects, and we can improve children's rights. Children's rights is a big thing that we can work on, and not only that, but increase responsibility as well. So give children rights, and they will also learn about financial matters, as we allow them to have bank accounts and debit cards and so on and so forth. And sure, there should be limits, but give children a chance. Some children would rather work. We should allow children to work if they want to. Some children are geniuses, they're incredible. Some children have incredible strength, and just sitting down is bad for them. Sitting down for hours and hours in a classroom. Look at our rates of diabetes and heart disease and obesity, and it's really not good what we have created. So make your children, if they want to go to school, then say, okay, you get to walk to school, here's, walk along with me, and then make sure they always walk together in groups, and here's the way to go. And then you've improved their health, and that's a good thing. But look into history. 150 years ago, even 9 out of 10 children didn't even finish high school. They were farming, and you could argue that we had better health in past generations. Current generation's health is dismal. Okay, well, thanks. Like, thumbs up, subscribe.